Mind you, like I said earlier, do not try to convert so that you don't have BP. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yemisi, and if you're seeing my face for the first time, welcome to the family. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so, and also like this video, share to your friends. This is about to be real. Today I'll be talking about my realistic monthly expenses as an international student living in Canada. Also, I'll be sharing some personal experiences and also be talking about some of my friends' experiences, because you guys know that I try to make things real by talking to people and then bringing people's experiences together in order for you to be able to meet your match. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. Also, why I'm making this video is because I understand that a lot of people want to come to Canada and they want to have their budget in mind. You know, I also did something like that. I wanted to know what my cost of living will be, if I'm going to be able to survive here. You know, I don't want to be depending on anybody, and Canada also doesn't want you to be a liability here. So I understand, and if this video is something you've been looking forward to, then just stay tuned, watch this video. I'm going to break things down as much as possible. So guys, before I start, I would like to make a disclaimer that this is my personal opinion, and like I said, this is my experience, my friend's experience, so it might not be what you're currently facing as an international student here. And for those international students in Canada that might stumble on this video, I'd like you to drop your own experiences in the comment section, because I'm sure that a lot of people that are coming down here seeing this video would definitely not be coming to Saskatoon or Saskatchewan province alone. So we would love to hear you out, hear some of the costs that you incur, some of the incomes, side hustle, jobs. You know, we just want to hear everything. Thank you so much for doing so. Also guys, I'm going to tell you before we go into this video that do not, for your sanity's sake, do not try to convert some of this money into your home currency money, because it might be very loud. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say before we go into this video. Also, some people have tried to ask me if they could, you know, work and then be able to pay for their tuition. I don't have a definite answer, believe me, but I would say that after watching this video, after hearing the income of students doing part-time jobs and, you know, all those things, I want you to be able to know if your expenses can match your income or your income can match your expenses. So I'm not going to be giving you a definite answer. Watch till the end. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is that as an international student, you need to wear your prudent cap. Have a budget and have a spending limit. See, enough of you just trying to buy anything you see, and just know that you have to buy only what you need and not what you want. Of course, I know that sometimes you will have some cravings. For me, it's cake or, you know, some special things. Thankfully, I don't like chocolates, because here in Canada, you see chocolates at a very minimal amount. It can be less than $1. Before you know it, buying this, buying that, everything is piling up. And mind you, the price you see on the shelf is not the same price you'll be paying at the checkout points, because they're going to add tax to it, because there's PST and GST, all of those things. So that's my advice to you as an international student. So the first cost that you incur, which is the major cost, is your house rent. Your rent, your bill. Oh my god. This one is real. We have different types of apartment that students rent here in Canada. We have the 1-bedroom apartment, which is solely you and you alone. This one is for the big boys and big girls. It's not for people that are managing like us. The second one is for shared apartment, like 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom apartments. I'll try to make videos of this one as time goes on, when I settle in here and probably have friends that are living in different apartments. So you guys just fingers crossed, fingers crossed. For the 1-bedroom apartment, I forgot to mention that it's between $700 to $1,000 per month. I mean the house rent. And for the 2-bedroom apartment, is between $900 to $1,200 per month, which is to be shared between 2 people. That is $450 to $600 individually. Okay. The other one I'm aware of, we have 3-bedroom apartments, which can be from $1,200 to $1,500 per month. And the last but not the least is that students try to get houses. So for instance, a lot of landlords in Canada, they have buildings that they rent out. It might be 4 rooms in the house, depending, 3 rooms in the house. Most of those kind of buildings are cost effective, because at the end of the day, the landlord most of the time pays for most of your utilities, like your Wi-Fi, your power, your laundry, like everything is just incurred in the rent. So most of the time you see houses between $1,800 to $2,000 to be shared between 4 people. Yeah, that's usually the standard here in Saskatoon. But like I said, I would love to hear your opinion as international student living in other provinces here in Canada. So the second cost for those people that do not live in rooms, like rooms in houses, that lives in apartment, the second cost that is real is your Wi-Fi. You guys know that in Canada you have to pay for Wi-Fi, because if not, you're gonna be paying through your nose for data. So people try to be more effective in their cost by having a Wi-Fi which is mostly unlimited, and you know, it ranges between $40 to $70. My friends told me they pay $40, but where I stay currently it is $70. So I think it depends on the speed, to be honest, because I know that while we're trying to get this Wi-Fi in this house, we're told, you know, fast speed, whichever type. I know everything is unlimited, but depend on the speed. So some can get theirs for $40, others get theirs for $70. So that's another cost that you'll be incurring. Sometimes in the shared rooms that I mentioned in the house, which can be 3 rooms, 4 rooms in the house owned by landlord, most of the time the landlord bears the cost, like I said, or sometimes the students bear the cost, like they buy the $40 one or the $70 one and share it between themselves. And yeah, that's how they try to reduce some of their expenses. The third cost here on my list is transportation. Although I mentioned in one of my videos that when school resumes, we'll be getting our bus pass at a discounted rate as students, but for now, which is the break period, I'm paying $83 per month. But at the first time when I was trying to activate it, I had to pay $5 extra to activate the card. And you know, as time goes on now, like I just recently paid $83 2 days ago because today is 3rd and it expires every month, so you always have to pay it every month. Like I said, this is a monthly expenses video, so it expires every month. You have to pay every month. It depends. Some people that feel like they don't go out often, they just buy like maybe 10 passes for $30, but I go out often, and to me it is more cost effective, because if I'm going to be paying $3 go $3 come, which is the other option, very costly, in a month, which is 30 days or 31 days, let's just use 30 days, at the end of the day you're paying 6 times 30 days, which is $180. But right now I'm paying $83, which is about $100 less. So that's another way to cut your cost, and that's another expense that you're going to be incurring every month. The transport bill for those that do not have cars like us. Okay. The fourth expense, the fourth cost on my list is your groceries, food, home supplies. This one is real. I would say that the budget for this one should be between $150 to $200. And why I'm saying this is because sometimes you have friends that you share your cost with. I mean, you guys buy things together and then divide them by 2. But if you're staying alone, you will definitely be spending more than this. Yes. Although as time goes on, whatever you buy now, you definitely not be buying it in the next month. So let's just stay true to the $150 to $200 per month, because as a lady you might even be spending more. You want to buy your pad, pant liners, different items, I don't know, but and then you just want to feel like a baby girl, so that expense is real. You want to buy like provisions for the house, so $150 to $200, that should be like the budget. The fifth cost that an international student spends here in Canada is power. This one is not everyone, because like I explained earlier, some people live in rooms and their landlords pay for it. But if you live in apartments, most of the time you are responsible for your power, and it's between $30 to $50 depending on how many times you put on your lights. In Canada, people don't put on their lights except when necessary. On how much you cook your food, bake things in the oven, fry things, cook things, everything is accumulating to your cost at the month. So let's just say $30 to $50 every month, because these days most of the landlords try to fix LED lights, which consumes less power. So $30 to $50 is what you should budget as your power cost per month. The sixth cost on my list will be your mobility, which is your internet connection, and also, you know, I don't know how to explain it, your SIM card, like you paying for your SIM and then your internet. That's the simplest way I can explain it. So you know how we have MTN, Airtel, Etisalat in Nigeria, or Globacom. For instance, if you don't pay for this month, you would be cut off for the next month, so you cannot have access to data. And I'm not too sure if you can receive calls. Yeah, so you have to pay every month for your mobility. It's between $50 to $60 depending on how much you use your internet data. Let me break it down. So presently I'm using a particular internet service provider. I don't want to mention the name, and for this particular network I subscribe to a package which is for me to get 3 gigabytes every month. That is, when I'm not at home to use the home Wi-Fi, I can always have access to the 3 gigabytes per month. If I consume more than the 3 gigabytes, the overage cost, you don't want to know. The only time I think I use my data is when I'm outside and I want to check for bus passes, or when I just feel like I want to go online to check 1 or 2 things at that moment that cannot wait till I get home. So I would say that so far so good. My cost has been between $45 to $60. Yeah, that's the cost so far so good. So yeah, that's another cost for you to add to your list. I've not been adding all these things, so guys, carry your calculator right now and be adding everything as I mentioned. At the end of the day, I want to know how much you think you are going to be incurring per month. Yeah, we're trying to do an estimate, right? So just think of your prospective costs and let me know in the comment section. Mind you, like I said earlier, do not try to convert, okay? It's an advice so that you don't have BP. The next cost I have on my list is water. Saskatoon has good water, but I know people also say they react to the water. So some people try to buy a pack of table water, which is like 12 in it, and because Saskatoon makes their water themselves, it's like $3 or $4 for the 12 table water in a pack. So that's very, very cheap, right? I don't think it's a cost that you should really be thinking about. But if you're the type that cannot drink the water that comes from the tap, which is very good, by the way, if you think you cannot drink that water, you should budget about maybe $15 per month, because if you're taking 2 per day, then I don't even know how to calculate this, but let's just say if you're taking 2 per day, that's like $3 for a week, and then $3. Let's just say $12 to $15 per month. You should budget $12 to $15 per month, okay, for your water. But for us like this, Ajepako, that can drink the water and still feel okay, we don't have to incur such costs. The next cost on my list is miscellaneous. Guys, there's so many times you feel like you want to hide under a budget, manage your spending, ensure that you're not going out of your budget, but some things will still be hungering you. You still feel like, oh, this weather is really hot, because this weather has been really, really hot. And I just feel like, okay, I'm at the bus station, I've been waiting for the bus for the past 10-15 minutes. The sun is really out, very scorching sun. I just feel like, let me just buy milkshake there, or let's just buy cake inside this. I know some people will say, you and cake. But you know, sometimes you just feel like you want to buy some things that you did not plan for. So for me, my miscellaneous is around $100 for the month. I don't go past that $100. In short, I don't even go up to $100, but let's just say $100 for the month. Also, I've not started making my hair yet, but for those people that have been making their hair, cutting hair for guys is about $45 to $50 depending on your location. I mean, here in Saskatoon though, and for making your hair is about $100 upward. So that one is not yet on my budget because I've not been, you know, weaving my hair outside. But it's also like monthly cost for those people that will be changing their hair every month. And for those people that are like me, you want to buy your wigs from Nigeria, braided wigs like this, you want to buy it from Nigeria or from your home country, so that when you come here, at least for the next 6 months, you don't have to go pay through your nose to make your hair in a Canadian salon. So I'm just helping you. So guys, I've tried to break down the cost, and I hope that you really understood this cost. We're going to be moving to the next segment of this video, but before I go, mind you, I did not talk about cost of textbooks, because I feel like most of the time you get your textbooks in your library. There are some textbooks that you don't get in your library anyway, but let's just assume that you get most of your textbooks in the library and you don't really have to pay for that. Also, I didn't really talk about beauty stuff like pedicure, makeup for ladies and all of those, because I know that some people actually incur this cost not minding whether that bill is going up or not. That's just what they get fulfilled doing, and they just go for it. For instance, I got information from someone that when she landed and she wanted to do a pedicure, or let's just say her nails, from start to finish, she paid about $100 upward. But the second time she went there to just, you know, refill the gel polish and whatever, she paid about $45. So people pay these things. Like for me, I leave my nails the way it is, and I recently just got press-on nails so that I could do it myself, and I believe that that's what I'll be doing henceforth. Buy press-on nails, fix it by myself or something. I don't know. Tomorrow you can see a video of me going to the salon to just, you know, do these things, because most likely that might be what is making me fulfilled at that moment. But for now, I'm trying to cut my cost as possible. And yes, so the fact that that person doing it does not mean that the person is being a spendthrift, but it just means that that's how the person is, and you know, that's why we're different. So having said that, I'll be moving to the next segment, which is tuition fees. Guys, the tuition fees here in Canada varies. I'm currently enrolled in a master's program, so I'll be talking based on my own experience. So for master's program, if you're enrolled in a research based course, you should be paying about $5,000 to $8,000 for your program, and for the course based courses, you should be paying about $10,000 to $20,000 Canadian dollars. So for 2 years, or sometimes some people's program is just for a year, their master's program is just for a year, but mine is for 2 years, and I'm paying about 20,000 plus now because they've just recently increased my tuition fees. So yeah, that's the tuition fee. Also guys, I forgot to mention that at the end of the month, I think I spent about $700 to $800, $900 depending on what I did for that month. Don't forget that there's also the luxury of having a credit card. As soon as you open your bank account, you have access to a credit card which has a limit of $1,000. I'm not too sure, not everybody, but I mean, some people have $1,000 as their limit, and then you can keep buying things using your credit card because it also helps you to earn points. But I would say that be careful, because at the end of the month, if you do not pay as at when due, you start getting charged, like you start getting interest charges on your account, and also you start having a bad credit rating. And if you know very well, in Canada, credit rating is taken as very paramount, because when you want to buy a car, when you want to get a house, like buy a house, or you know, have access to even buying things, basically they always request for your credit rating from your bank. So if you're not credit worthy, then you might just be jeopardizing a lot of goodies that you should have. So yes, there is credit card, but you also need to be very prudent while spending. Like, do not just spend things because I mean you have $1,000 in your credit card to spend. Spend things because you really need to spend that thing. Yeah, so that is the second segment of this video. The third and the last segment is telling you about your income as an international student, realistic income. Also, I'm going to be giving a disclaimer as to saying that this is the realistic income of an international student here in Saskatoon doing a part-time job. So I would also want the people in other provinces to let us know their realistic income in the comment section. Mind you guys, the minimum wage in different provinces in Canada varies. For now, Saskatchewan has the lowest minimum wage, and to me, I feel like it also translates to the cost of living. So the cost of living here is not all that high compared to provinces like Ontario, Vancouver, and the likes. Okay, so for Saskatchewan, the minimum wage currently is $11.45. So you can be paid by your employer between that amount, and if they increase it, fine. I don't know the highest amount they can pay you as a part-time job, but the minimum you can get is $11.45. So let's just work with the minimum wage, or let's just approximate it to $12. So if you're doing a 20 hours work, because as an international student during the semester period, you're only entitled to 20 hours per week. And during that 20 hours per week, best bet that you might not be having up to 20 hours. Sometimes it can be like 15 hours. So it cannot always be 20 hours, okay? And during the break period, you can have access to 40 hours per week. And let me tell you guys that ever since I started working, I've never had up to 40 hours per week. So that's for you to know that you cannot really multiply by the maximum. Just try to stay in the middle somewhere. Say 15 hours during school period, and then say 35 to maybe 32 to 35 hours during the break period, just so that you don't overshoot yourself. So calculating using the 20 hours, we'll say 20 hours in a month is 80 hours, and 80 hours times $12 is about $960. Okay, that's for a month during the school period. And then for the break period, you have 160 hours for a month, which is 960 plus 960, 1,920. Okay, so this period is the time where you should not feel like, oh, I'm earning more and then I should spend more. This is the period you should save for the time you'll be resuming school again. So yeah, that's how I see it. And during school period, if you are earning 960 per month and your bill is about 700 to 800, best believe that you'll be having only $160 savings. So if you're saying that you want to, work to pay for your tuition fees, I hope you can match the expenses and the income and be able to conclude on whether you can still pay your tuition fees with your income or whether not. Let me just know what you think in the comment section. Do you think after this analysis you can still pay for your tuition by yourself, or you just have to rely on your parents or your sponsors and just focus on spending or paying for your cost of living only? That's your living expenses when you get here to Canada. Let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely be there to read your comments and also, to interact further. All right guys, we've come to the end of this video, and I hope that I was able to touch all the key areas that you guys have been asking me questions about, and I hope that this video explains all the gray areas that you've always wanted to have clarity on. And guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video to your friends and anyone that is aspiring to come to Canada. Guys, I'm not going anywhere. I'm doing all of this for you people in order to bring this content to you guys. So subscribe. Also try to watch all the adverts in this video. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.